Was your VA loan application just denied from your lender and you're trying to figure out what the next steps are as far as getting an approval? Well, let's break that down in today's video. So when you get denied, it doesn't necessarily mean that like you can't buy a house or that you can't use your VA loan. It just means that that lender cannot do the loan for you. And here's the cool part is, not all lenders are the same. And so depending on what the reason is, some lenders may have some more flexibility. So we'll just go over the 3 basic reasons why most people get denied and how to combat them. So the number one thing is credit. So a lot of veterans come to me and say, Tyler, I was denied because I just couldn't get approved because my credit score was too low. Well, here's the cool thing is the VA itself does not have a minimum credit score. So if you have a 580, but they said that you needed a 620, that's just their rules. Those are called lender overlays. And that can vary lender to lender. For example, we can go down to a 500 in some circumstances. The number 2 reason that people get denied is income. So maybe your debt to income ratio is too high, or maybe you just don't have enough money, or maybe you have some weird employment. Again, a lot of these things can be lender overlays and are not VA specific. Now, the VA loan does have some guidelines as far as income goes, but there's lots of lenders who have overlays. So for example, the VA itself does not have a maximum debt to income ratio. So if a lender tells you, hey, your DTI is too high to buy a house, that may be true for that lender, but it's not true for all. For example, as long as we have approved eligible when we run AUS, one of our lenders has no DTI limit. The number 3 reason I see people get denied for their VA loan is assets. So of course, the beautiful thing about the VA loan is no down payment. However, a lot of the times you do need some money to at least get into the process. Now, it takes a really creative loan officer to figure out how to structure the deal as far as what we need to offer, what we need to ask for the sellers and all that stuff to find a way if you have limited assets to get you into a home. For example, we can strategically try to find a house that maybe the seller was an investor and they pay full property taxes. Well, at least here in Texas, that means you're going to get a bigger tax proration credit, which is going to lower your cash to close. And so again, it's just about being creative and working with the loan officer that knows what to look for and working with a good real estate agent that can find the right deal for you. That's going to make sure it works, because at the end of the day, like, you don't need a ton of money to buy a house. It's very well possible to really buy a house and get your earnest money refunded back to you at closing too. So at the end of the day, if a lender is telling you don't have assets, maybe you're just working with somebody who isn't that creative. So that could be a big factor, is just working with someone that really knows how to work it from all angles and to get the deal done. So now that you've identified why your VA loan application was denied, now it's time to find a lender that can work around that, or potentially at least work you in the right direction so they can get you an approval as quick as possible. So the number 1 tip of advice I can give you here is to find a mortgage broker. Now, it's very important that you work with a mortgage broker because they're gonna have the most options. We don't just have one lender and one set of rules to follow. We have a bunch of different lenders. All these lenders have different rules, overlays, all that kind of stuff. And so we have the most flexibility. We're gonna have the most options to get you approved and into a home. So make sure that you're working with a mortgage broker, not just a bank or a retail lender, a mortgage broker, because we'll be able to shop around and get you the best deal, but also we have the most options to get the most creative to make sure we can find a way to get you approved. So now that you've identified why you were denied and got in touch with a mortgage broker, now it's just time for them to work their magic. And that's why it's so important to work with someone that's very experienced and knows their stuff when it comes to VA loans. So as always, please reach out to me if you have any questions whatsoever. Feel free to drop a comment with a question. I'll make sure to get that answered. And as always too, I can help you. I am here to be a resource for you. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you for supporting me. Make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff, because every bit of engagement helps my channel grow and it's much appreciated. So thank you again. Please reach out with any questions. I'm here to help. Talk to you later.